Hey everybody, Coach Jason here from Top Line Running. Hope you're all doing well. I want to talk about recovery today, okay? And how to get the most out of yourself, or if you're a coach, how to get the most out of your athletes. Maybe mention some things that maybe some folks aren't thinking about, okay? And if we're talking about it here, that means you're going to hear about it, right? So I want to make sure that you hear these little things. This is where we can improve around the margins, okay? Improve in a lot of areas where other people might not be paying attention. Okay. So, and this is what I like to talk about on this channel, as well as workouts. I've got 600 plus videos of training, and I've got a lot of other things like that to complement the training, enhance the training. So, if you're a runner or a coach and you're not subscribed to this place, not to this channel, please make sure you subscribe right now. We're on the road to 5,000 subs. We're going to try to get there by the end of the year. Your support means the world. And if you do subscribe, hit the notification. That way, when new videos come out, you'll be at the front of the line when they come in. And when I go live to talk to people, you'll know exactly when I do that too. I thank you so much for it. I really do. It means the world. Now, recovery. I'm gonna look down at my notes here, okay? There's a couple things that I want to bring up. Okay. Obviously, a post-run stretch, a post-run active stretch. Okay. And why an active stretch? Well, it's a good thing to not only set yourself up in the beginning before you run or you work out or you race to get the blood pumping, right? But it's a good thing to flush if you happen to run a really, really good race, okay, and it's a huge PR, whether it's cross country or a track, you may need a couple extra days to recover from that. Taxes the body, and that's okay. But a post run stretch helps facilitate this a little bit quicker. Okay, this is where recovery is kind of not thought of in this regard. Now, let's just say you're on a Tuesday, Friday workout schedule, and you have a huge race on Saturday. It's a big breakthrough, and you might not want to work out that Tuesday. You want to do a little bit of speed at Tuesday and maybe just bump the workout to Thursday or Friday. Give yourself a couple extra days. By doing that, okay, it's going to help you sustain a longer period of quality racing. Okay. And this is an area where I've seen people run well and they want to do more and more and more. And at some point, they tend to crash. That's the last thing you want to happen. So, and I want you to just keep that in mind. I think it's really, really important to help you with your recovery. Okay. Next thing is fuel. Okay. Fueling 30 to 45 minutes after a run, race, workout, whatever it might be, to help maximize your recovery. Something a little bit later, more heavily than protein to help with the muscle repair as well, just to restock and refuel what you were depleting in your training session or your race. Okay. And it'll make you feel a heck of a lot better. Okay. And it'll set you up to continue training for the rest of the week. Okay. And on that note, ice baths. That's another key component of recovery. Okay. And ice baths a couple days a week if you can, as often as you possibly can. And again, you don't have to be crazy like myself and soak all the way up to your shoulders and your neck. You can just soak your legs. Okay. Go from your thighs down, using your legs for running and training. If you're running hills, you're running hard stuff, and your legs are a little heavy, a little sore, get in the ice. Soak your legs. It'll make you feel a heck of a lot better for the next day. And anytime you can do that, to speed up the recovery process, anytime you can ice, your legs will thank you for it. Okay. Now, sequentially, I want to talk about recovery. What do I mean by that? Well, generally, and I'm going to give you some examples: 49 miles in 7 days, 42 in 6 days. That's an average of 7 miles a day. Okay. 56 in 7 days, 48 in 6 days. That's an average of 8 miles a day. 63 in 7 days, 54 in 6 days, an average of 9 miles a day, and so on. Why did I bring it up? Well, because depending on what year you're in, and my rule of thumb is generally if you're a high schooler or a sophomore in high school, you take a day off every Sunday, every week. If you're a junior or senior, you take it every other Sunday off. Okay, and that's where this applies. So that if you're running, well, let's just say 49 miles in 7 days, you're running 42 in 6. You're averaging the same amount of miles per day in a 7-day week as you are in a 6. I've come across a lot of athletes who are like, I need to make up for the mileage since I have an off day this week. That will defeat the purpose of the off day. Okay. It's got to go back to the recovery, which is just as important as training, as running and doing your workouts. Okay. And this is where we can get tumbled up in the weeds. And this is where you can Do that, train and recover at the same time, okay, which will allow you to put longer stretches of good quality training together without having to take a huge down week. Because keep in mind too, sometimes it takes several weeks to adapt to any significant change in training. If you go from 70 to like 45 in a week, that's a significant change. And then if you go back up to 70 the following week, you're completely out of rhythm. It doesn't always work. It's just something to think about. Okay. It can work, but it doesn't always work. So this allows you to get that regular rest day in there. So now you don't have to make these drastic changes. Okay. You don't have to change what's working. And I've used this with a lot of my athletes with a lot of success. And that consistent off day allows you to test them a little bit differently, allows you to race them a little bit differently. Okay. And when it comes to racing, that's a choice of coaches and townships and leagues and all that stuff. I'm not a fan of racing twice a week because it's going to have the athlete sharpen in the season. So if you can go either once a week or 2 weeks on, 1 week off for every other week or something like that, that's more my preferred method. But that's just me. I don't speak for all the coaches. Okay. It's just something to think about. At the end of the day, I want whoever I work with to run their best races in cross country on November, not October, not September, when it counts the most. And keep in mind, this is where cross country is different than track. Okay, track you can get a week one qualifier for conference or states or nationals, whatever. Lock that in the bill, right? And since indoor's such a long season, you can then shut it down, recoup, rebuild, and show up to nationals or states or whatever it might be. Can't do that in cross. You got to be at your very best when it counts the most at the end of the season. That's the only way. There's no time qualifier. It's only place. And if you get the place, the time's never going to be there anyway. So that's the difference between cross country and track. You have to be there at the end of the season to qualify for the bigger races. You can't do it in the beginning of the season. Okay. This is why recovery is so important. This is why doing the right things over an extended period of time is so important, right? And too much of something is not always a good thing. More isn't always better. So I just needed to emphasize that because I find a lot of athletes who get hurt doing stuff that they were doing too much of this, too much of that. Why am I sharp? Why am I running my best race and I'm getting slower? Because you've raced 12 times in a season. It's only October, right? These are things to keep in mind. Yeah, but again, I can't speak for other coaches. Coaches and programs can decide what they want to do. Okay. But in terms of recovery, this has to be factored in. Okay. And to me, it's important. This is why I'm doing this video. Because so I want you to have this information at your disposal. Okay. And again, going back to sequential stuff, there's a reason why I give them off on Sundays. Because if you race Saturday, you take off Sunday or even every other Sunday, whatever it might be, then you come back easy on Monday. I always start the week with an easy run on Monday. Okay. Sometimes people race on Saturday, don't run Sunday, and then come back and race on or do a hard workout Monday. You haven't even recovered from the race yet. And you're going to do something hard again 2 days later. Counterproductive, in my opinion. But it does happen. So this is why I have people race Saturday, run super easy Sunday or take off Sunday, come back easy on Monday, get the ball rolling again, get back into a groove, then do your workout Tuesday. Okay. And then set yourself up again. The way I set it up is a Tuesday workout, Thursday a little bit of speed after a workout. After a run, and then if you're racing Saturday, that's Saturday. That way you're accelerating hard twice per week, Tuesday and Saturday, with a little bit of speed injection in there on Thursdays. With your easy days, your long runs, and so on and so forth, recovery days and off days. They're all important. Okay. If prior to a race, when I set up too, if you're approaching a big race and you're racing Saturday, I never take the day off on a Friday. I take off Thursday. 2 days before, not the day before. And you run easy the day before. Keep the legs in rhythm. That way, when they race the next day, they're ready. They're ready to go. The legs are ready to go. I've seen far too often people take the day off before a race, and the legs be a little bit out of whack and out of rhythm, feeling out of sorts, out of healthy, and whatever it might be. It works for some, but it doesn't work for many. I do not want that to happen to you. So factor in when you recover. It's really, really important. Okay, but it's again, I say this until I'm blue in the face. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. If you're a coach, what you feel is best for your athletes. If you're an athlete, what you feel is best for you, and so on. Okay. And sometimes you have to build it around your lifestyle, your job, your family, and so on. Excuse me. So, and that's okay to factor in. But these are important components of recovery. You got your fueling, right? You have your stretch posts, you have your ice baths, you have your recovery runs. And again, I'll finish off with diet and sleep, sleeping enough, okay, each day. Okay. If you don't sleep well most of the week, but you have a killer night's sleep the day before a race, chances are it's not going to help you as much as you think. Good sleep needs to be consistent. Okay. So, and when you do that, your body's recovering as it should, or more often than it should. Okay. So, that's an important component of obviously diet. Think of yourself as a high performance vehicle, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, Aston Martin, whatever your favorite car is. Are you going to put unleaded fuel in there, or are you going to put premium, the best? That's what I want you to think about too. When you're fueling your body, you put good stuff in it. That way you can get good performance out of it and good recovery post performance. Okay. It's all important. And the better you eat, the better you're going to feel. That's also comes in recovery. If you sleep well, the better you're going to feel. So these are all things I wanted to mention today. I hope you found them helpful. If you have questions about it, my email address is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. You can email directly if you'd like me. If you'd like me to, answer any questions, right? Make sure you follow my TikTok account too, Access to Coach. Okay, I put out daily content on TikTok too. So if you have an account there, please follow me. Again, if you're an athlete or a coach, and even if you have other athlete friends or other coach friends that you think might benefit from this channel, please let them know. Please let them, I'll let them know to subscribe to this channel as well. So I'm here to help as many people as I possibly can. So I hope you found this valuable today. Have a great week and a great season, and I will talk to you next time.